guys. Today I'm really excited to talk to you about the new movie called The Substance. This movie stars Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, Dennis Quaid, and this movie is something. It is a movie. This movie is rated R. This movie is 2 hours and 20 minutes. This movie is a movie. This movie goes absolutely bonkers, off the rails in the end of the third act, where I was literally just like, what is going on? I was digging the movie. I was into the movie. I was into the social commentary. I was into the messaging. I was into the themes. I was into the body horror. And then I was like, what are we doing? The more I think about it, the more I kind of enjoy it. But I don't know. My God, the last like 20 minutes is just crazy. And there's certain scenes that just go on and on and on. And you're like, why are they still doing this? They could have made this movie 2 hours. There's a lot of stuff to cut. I feel like you could have really trimmed the fat here. And I don't just mean at the end, because I get why they give you this crazy, shocking, insane, bizarre, twisted, bonkers stuff at the end of the movie. But there's certain scenes all throughout that maybe go on a little bit too long that could have been cut down a little bit to make this 2 hours, and it would have been a phenomenal movie. Now, I'm going to read you the synopsis for this film. So it says, have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? I mean, who hasn't, right? So have you ever dreamt of a better version of yourself? You, only better in every way. You should try this new product. It's called The Substance. It changed my life. With The Substance, you can generate another you. Younger, more beautiful, more perfect. You just have to share time. 1 week for one week for the other. A perfect balance of 7 days each. Easy, right? If you respect the balance, what could possibly go wrong? I'm sure you can all suspect what happens. I mean, listen, I'm not going to get into spoilers, of course, but I will say there are moments of this movie that are extremely predictable. That doesn't make them not entertaining. That doesn't make the journey not entertaining. So we have Demi Moore, who's gorgeous, beautiful, absolutely stunning. We all know this, okay? She is this actress who has now become like a Jane Fonda of sorts, all right? In that she is doing like these workout shows on TV, right? And she overhears Dennis Quaid, who's like this sleazy manager guy, the guy who's head of the studio, I guess. And he's like, basically like, yo, she's old. She's a dinosaur. We need to replace her with someone young, blah, 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 right? So, of course, this also happens to be her birthday. It sends her spiraling. Someone suggests The Substance to her. Of course, she sees an ad in the newspaper even that's like, hey, we're looking for a younger Elizabeth Sparkle. That's her character's name. And she takes The Substance. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but come on. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the trailer. She takes The Substance. We all know this. All right. So then Margaret Qualley is this younger version of herself. And she is so good. I mean, the two of them together are incredible. They do a wonderful job of like incorporating mannerisms and stuff from each other. And then still like, you know, obviously there's one for one, right? So like one of them has control of their life for a week and then the other does. And so obviously this starts to raise questions with people like, where is this person going for a week? Or you would think it would. It doesn't really, which I was kind of like, that doesn't feel right. I'd be like, I mean, I guess they kind of address it. There's reasoning why she's not around for a week, whatever. Okay. Now I get that she starts to feel, Demi Moore's character, Elizabeth, starts to feel less than, okay? She's seeing this beautiful, gorgeous, younger version of herself. Now, I get how that can mess with you mentally. All right. I totally understand. And I love where this goes. I love the social commentary because you look at this and you're like, Demi Moore, you are stunning. She's got to know she's stunning. I hope she knows she's beautiful. I hope this role hasn't gone to her head because she is beautiful. She is gorgeous. She is aged like fine wine. That woman is flawless. Okay. So to see that, and as someone who is aging, like I just turned 40 this year, okay? So I get it, and I feel that like, oh my God, like I'm getting older, right? It sucks. You start to notice things, right? Your body doesn't look the same as it did when you were 20 years old. You know, that sort of thing. So I get that, and I totally understand that, and I think so many people are going to resonate with this message, men and women alike. I really, truly do. Now, what I will say is this movie really leans into that body horror, which I love. I love horror. I love that stuff. That's one of my favorite things about this movie is just how grotesque some scenes can be. And they really push it. And there's a lot of practical effects in here, which I love a practical effect when it's done right. And I felt like it was really done right in The Substance. I really, really, truly do. I think people that get disturbed, like too disturbed to be able to watch something, maybe sick to their stomach for body body horror might have some issues with some parts of this movie. So just fair warning going into it, they do really push the envelope. And most of it is practical. So it's not as like disturbing. But it is. It's a little bit disturbing. I will also say that the sound design and the visuals here, but specifically the sound design and some of the cinematography, some of the close-up shots, it towards the beginning of this film especially, but it does continue throughout, are so well done and incorporate the story so well. Like there's a moment of Dennis Quaid just eating like, I don't know, shrimp or prawns or something. I don't eat seafood, so I don't know. And it like closes up on his mouth, chewing on it, and you hear the sound and you're like, and it puts you in that like, oh no mood, which you need to be for a movie like this, okay? Absolutely. And it is just so, that parts of it are so well done. Like this sound design is top notch. Like I said, making it close up shots, phenomenal. So smart for certain sequences. I think my biggest issue with this is that number one, it has a few spots where it could have ended. But even if you want to keep that crazy, absolutely insane ending, which you guys will know what I'm talking about when you see it, there's so many scenes that could have been narrowed down, just cut a little shorter, and we could have had a movie that was like 2 hours, and you're not going to get to the point where you're checking your watch, because this one is too long. That is my biggest issue with this movie. Still, the more I think about it, the more I dug it. I will say it ended, and I was like, what the fudge did I just watch? Did I like that movie? I don't know. And I had to think about it, and I had to talk to other people who had seen it, and then I had to continue to think about it, then I had to sleep on it, and it took a few days for me to closer to a week even, for me to realize, I think I really did like that movie. There's a lot about it I enjoyed. There's a lot that I had fun with. There's a lot that disturbed me, which I dig. I just think it's the length that really messes with some stuff, because let me tell you, the acting is great. Dennis Quaid is over the top insane, which is who his character is supposed to be. I think everyone is in their own way over the top and like really leaning into a characteristic of their character. And that is what makes it so memorable. Like, no matter how you feel, no matter what side you fall on this movie, you aren't going to forget this movie. I'll tell you that right now. There's no world where you're forgetting The Substance after you have watched The Substance. So that's what I will say. I hope you guys enjoy it. September 20th in theaters. Definitely see this one in theaters with an audience that has no idea what they're in for, because that is going to be a lot of fun. Be sure to let me know if you see it. Come back. Tell me what you thought down below in the comments. Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. You guys can follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and you guys can check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks. I'll see you next time.